Alright guys, if you've seen my video earlier about the penetration test into my target, I had it flipped to the other side that I'd never shot before. I shot 3 different broadheads. I shot the Rage, the expandable. I shot the Magnus Buzzcut, and I shot the tooth of the arrow. So I shot all 3 of these. I sent the results to a friend of mine, and he said, well, what about shooting them in the water? He said shoot and see how quickly the water drains out of a jug. So that's my intention here. That's what I'm going to do. So there again, I purchased all 3 of these broadheads. I personally have not killed any animal with any of these 3 broadheads. So I'm not sponsored by them. They weren't given to me, anything like that. So this is going to take a little bit because I'm going to shoot one, I'm going to let it drain, and then I'll put the next jug up, I'll shoot it, and we'll just go through all 3 of them, and we'll see what kind of, hole we can get in this jug with the blood or the water draining out, which would somewhat represent the blood draining out of an animal. So we're going to start with the Rage. I know a lot of people shoot these. You'll either love them or you hate them. There's really not much in between. Me, I'm the rare few that's in between, but that's because I've not shot them on an animal before. So let's see what happens here. Let's see what we can do. I'm just shooting from 10 yards here, shooting my PSE Evo. I'm hoping that I can just put my 20-yard sight on it and it'd be okay. I'm going to try to shoot the jugs in the lower portion, and that way we can actually see it drain all the way down. As a matter of fact, let me zoom you in here a little bit so you can see. Now I do have this set up on a stick, so I expect it to rise up as it's draining out, but hopefully it don't just fling it off of there. So here we go, let's see what happens. This is the Rage. First shot is the Rage. Now, as you're watching the video, you can time it yourself as far as how long it takes to drain. Now that was as good of a shot as I could have asked for. Let me walk up here and we'll see. I'm fairly certain it was real low on it, where I want it. Yep, you can see where the air bubbling here, it drained it out. It's got a pretty steady stream coming around here to the back. Ooh, there we go. Got a steady stream coming out of it. And we're past the entrance hole. Being the angle that was downward on the other side. Still coming out the back. Alright, there it's done. So, let me I'll take this one off. And we will put the next one on. Try and do this and hold the camera here. Alright, next one's on. We'll come back and we'll go with the same order that we did with the penetration test, or the penetration comparison. And this one, I'm going to shoot the Magnus. Alright, I don't know if you can see it or not, but Magnus, here it goes. Well, I can tell you right now, that is already draining faster than the Rage. Let's walk up here. Look at that exit. Pouring out of there. All right, and it's done. So I think the Magnus one for sure was quicker. I'm gonna grab these two while I'm here, so I don't, if I can get it, come on. Alright, we will leave the Magnus one in there. It's not wanting to come out, and I've only got one hand here, so. Alright, last one is going to be the tooth of the arrow. Need another. Trying to make sure I get this all set up the same for each of them. All right. My apologies for this being so long, but just trying to make sure it's all one take. All right, tooth of the arrow. See how we do here. Again, another good shot at the bottom. Now that looks like about the same pace as the Rage one, but I'm not certain. Those of you keeping track can watch the time and see how long it takes to drain all of them. I almost put the exact same shot on all of them down at the bottom. Now this is the 1-inch cut from the Magnus Buzzcut. It's the 1-inch cut, and from the tooth of the arrow, it's the 1-inch cut. The rage, I believe, is 1.5 inches. So on all three of them, you can see that the entrance wound was, about 1 inch up from the very bottom of it. The exit wound, the exit hole, not really a wound, was kind of at the bottom edge there. And as that's lifting up, which you probably can't tell it, but the stick there that's holding it, lifting up, it's kind of leaning it back in this direction and allowing that to drain out the back side. Alright, I'd say that's pretty much done there. So take a look at the times. I will try to go back and review the video and put it in the description of it, how long it looks like it took each one of them to drain. But I am fairly certain that the pretty clear winner was the Magnus. I mean, it was draining out really fast, a lot faster visually, you could tell, a lot faster than the Rage and the tooth of the arrow. So like I said in the other video, guys, I am just shooting and you can form your own opinion. I'm not trying to change your mind on any broadhead that you use or have used or whatever. This is just 3 that I have laying around, that I actually 2 of them I just purchased just to mess with. So you do what you want. Any good made broadhead out there on the market now, if you do your job and practice and put it in the boiler room, then odds are really good that you're gonna get your whatever it is that you're after, whether it be deer, elk, bear, whatever it is. You put it in the boiler room and it's probably gonna take and do what it needs to do. So alright guys, thanks again for watching, and we'll catch you later.